दोस्तों, आज हम पढ़ेंगे सिमेंटिक डिफरेंशियल स्केल के बारे में। थोड़ा थ्योरेटिकल होगा ये, क्योंकि इसके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जेआरएफ में, यूजीसी नेट में या दूसरे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में, जहां पर कि हमारा स्टैटिस्टिक्स एक सब्जेक्ट होता है। तो हम इसकी थ्योरी भी समझेंगे और इसके प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीकेशंस को भी जानेंगे। Semantic differential scale was designed by famous American psychologist Charles E. Osgood in 1979. Semantic scale is an attitudinal scale and is considered to be a very reliable way to get information on emotions and reactions, which we also call attitude, on a wide variety of subjects. Semantic differential scale is a very widely used rating scale to measure attitude. The semantic differential scale is a 7-point or 5-point rating scale used to derive the respondent's attitude towards the given object or event by asking him to select an appropriate position on a scale between two bipolar adjectives. So a respondent is given two bipolar adjectives and he is asked to select an appropriate position on a scale between these two bipolar adjectives, on the basis of which his attitude or opinion about the subject into consideration is captured. In semantic differential scale, the ratings are basically oscillating between two bipolar adjectives or totally adverse concepts. For instance, fast and slow, good and bad, high and low, etc. And the items on semantic differential scale can be scored on a numeric range between 1 to 7. However, these numeric scales are not provided to the respondents, but at the back end, the researchers can always use these scores for their analysis purpose. So, a variety of numeric functions and analysis can be done on the outcome of semantic differential scale. For instance, a calculation of mean, standard deviation, regression analysis, etc. Let us see an example of semantic differential scale. In this example, we are trying to capture respondent's attitude towards a new DVD which he has bought. So we will provide him with a question that how would you rate your new DVD on the following criteria, and we will provide him with a set of bipolar adjectives like expensive and inexpensive, convenient and inconvenient, simple and complex. And the respondent is supposed to rate his experience with the DVD player or his feeling about the DVD player, whether he find it expensive or inexpensive, convenient, inconvenient, simple or complex, on this scale between these two adjectives, and on the basis of which we can find the respondent's attitude or opinion about the DVD player. One important thing to note is that in semantic differential scale, respondents are not provided with any numbers or values on the scale. However, at the back end, the researcher may allocate values from 1 to 7 or -3 to +3 if he is using a 7-point scale, and similarly 1 to 5 and -2 to +2 if he is using a 5-point scale for the purpose of analysis. Summing up, the findings on a scale of 1 to 7 offer simplicity and provides us with an opportunity to perform more functions, including regression analysis. As we already know that semantic differential scale is a very widely used scale, and it is used so widely because of the following advantages it offers. The main advantage of using semantic differential scale is the simplicity of understanding by the respondents. This scale is very easily understood by the respondents because if we are asked to rate a product as good or bad or in between it, it is easy for us to understand. Another big advantage of using this scale is that it provides an objective picture as compared to other scales like Likert scale. This scale is also very simple for the interviewer or the researcher to make. The only thing which you have to do is to find some relevant unipolar adjectives. So when a researcher needs a clear decisive choice between two opposites, whether the thing is good or bad, whether it is expensive or inexpensive, semantic differential scale is a better. However, semantic differential scale is very widely used and is considered to be very useful by the researchers. It is not free from its own limitations. So let us see what are the limitations of semantic differential scale. So one limitation is that being a rating scale, there is no correct answer from the respondent. Then again, identification of correct number of points, whether it has to be a 5-point scale or 7-point scale, is little tricky. So like any other scale, this scale is also vulnerable to the respondent's integrity. Respondents may lie or may not have even proper knowledge of the subject, and this scale doesn't reflect the knowledge of the respondents or the integrity of the respondents. So interpretation of the results is little tricky in this scale, and the researcher is supposed to have the required skill and knowledge in order to interpret the results properly. So now you have understood what semantic differential scale is and how it has to be used. Hope you found this video useful. If yes, then please like, subscribe, comment and share. We shall come up with more useful videos to simplify statistics for you.